Yo, what's up everybody? Gookill TV here. It's been a long time since I've been able to post a video and a lot has changed since then. So, update from me. Streaming did not work in the other room. As you can see, I'm back in the other room. I just have the desk facing a different way so things feel new and refreshing. Cons to this. This room gets hella hot, so that's gonna suck. So I guess you're gonna have to deal with sweaty streamerino. And the other thing that sucks is that it's obviously a little bit less social for when I have people over and I want to play games and be able to chit-chat around with everybody else. So that part didn't work out so good. The part that works well, I can talk louder, as hopefully you guys can already hear, because I'm now separated between two rooms by my master bedroom, so when I'm streaming late at night, girlfriend's not going to be able to hear me. And the other bit is that I can use my microphone again, which means that I can do things like eat or drink, and I'm not going to have a microphone sitting right here. That's going to cause a lot of feedback. So that's awesome. But what we're here to talk about today is World of Warcraft. I said that I'd be posting a video that was based on what I liked about Legion, what I didn't like about Legion, and what I thought is something that we should be cautious about regarding Legion. So, that being said, I'm just going to log into Warcraft. I'm just going to have something for you guys to watch while I talk. But let's talk about what I really liked about Legion. I posted a video about first impressions, and I think you guys should know if you've watched that video that I'm feeling really good about the next expansion that's going to be coming up. What I like best about it, I love the lore. Now, nothing against what's happened in Warlords of Draenor, because I thought that even though Blizzard told a pretty crappy story, Warlords of Draenor, it's not the worst story, and it's definitely intended to be a return to kind of a more Warcrafty feel to the game. I guess we'll just start it and put it up in a little bit of an LFR queue here. Still getting those tomes of chaos, but anyway, I do love the lore going forward in this game. I was really unsure of how they were going to reintroduce Illidan, considering everything that happened in Black Temple, and I wasn't disappointed actually. It turns out that Illidan's return is based off of the fact that Maeve, who is the guardian of Illidan during his 10,000 year imprisonment, she was not very happy with just letting Illidan die and that be it for him. She was his guardian, and her purpose in life was to make sure that he stayed forever jailed. So Illidan, his broken body, the remnants of his soul, were imprisoned in the Warden's Lair. I'm forgetting what the name of it is called, but he was imprisoned there so that he could serve out the rest of his eternal sentence to be jailed. I think that's badass, and I actually love that reintroduction. I love the fact that Blizzard has said that Illidan's story will be expansion-wide, and it will be something that we want to pay attention to, because we don't know if he is friend, foe, but all that's been hinted at is that he is pretty pissed about what we did to him at the Black Temple. So, that part is awesome. I love the fact that Blizzard has literally responded to everything that people have been asking about for years, and that worries me, and I'll talk about that in a different video. But in this video here, you've got Dalaran lore, you've got Old God Ashara lore, you've got Emerald Dream lore, you've got Burning Legion lore, you have Illidan, you have Gul'dan. I mean, this is action-packed, and I mean, if you want my honest opinion about this, I think it's action-packed because of the fact that they have to. I mean, the World of Warcraft subscriber base, if it isn't obvious by sub-numbers, it is pretty ticked off with the game, and at least the direction that's gone. You can see here I'm just roaming about my garrison. I mean, this is pretty much World of Warcraft endgame if you're not raiding. It's just running around your garrison here. I could take a flight to Nan Jungle, but you know, for me anyway, I've gotten my revered reps, I've gotten my mount, I'm waiting for flying, and I have no reason to fly, so I mean, I kind of wonder why I even bothered with that grind, but that's it. That's all there is to do, and people were ticked off about that, and people were ticked off with this alternate universe setting. It made people not feel invested into the game, because why do we care about this world? It's not even in our remotely same universe. So Blizzard responded by saying, you know what guys, here's a little bit of everything, enjoy it, love it, we're gonna make this fun, and we're gonna appease everybody who has been looking for these certain aspects of lore. I mean, Emerald Dream goes all the way back 11 years ago almost to Vanilla WoW. People wanting to see Emerald Dream, people wanting to see Queen Ashara. So I love that. I love the lore part of it. What else do I love? I love artifact weapons. I love the fact... I love the concept of the artifact weapon more than I think I actually like the weapon itself. And what I mean by that is I love the fact... Get rid of weapon drops, please and thank you. It is so irritating as a raider. I didn't raid this expansion, but if I were to raid, I remember from raiding back in the days I was actually doing heroic raiding. It was very, very, very frustrating to go through the game and not get that weapon drop that you needed because it would hinder your damage or your healing or whatever it was so much. And then once you got that weapon, you literally had nothing else to look forward to after that. I love the sense of constant progression. I know there's a downside to that as far as catch up and everything like that, but for the time being, I love the fact that it's tied to the weapon, it's meant to make your character feel epic, and it's meant to make you want to invest time into World of Warcraft, which is one thing that I think they killed in Warlords of Draenor. They don't intend for you to spend a lot of time playing Warlords, and that's why people are leaving the game in droves. People want to be able to treat World of Warcraft almost like a lifestyle when they play this game, especially for people, I mean, God, if I do my played on this character, I'm sitting only at 91 days. I have way more time than that across all characters. But there's people that have 300, 400, 500, 600 days invested into this game. They want it to be more than an hour, 2 hour a day experience. And I mean, honestly, I would challenge that WoD is even that. I think WoD is actually less time than that. We've talked about Illidan, we've talked about the lore, we've talked about the artifact system. I love the new PvP honor system. I've been crying for 3 expansions that PvP gear needed to go away if Blizzard was ever going to have any sort of semblance of balance and wanting to engage people into PvP, people who don't have gear and then want to gear up. It is a huge deterrent. I mean, for the however much time it takes you to farm your honor gear, that you don't have it and you're going against other people, it is the least fun experience. And there's been quite a few times where I said, you know what? This is it. This is going to be the season. I'm going to PvP. And then after doing 3 hours of Battlegrounds where I'm getting 3-shot by people in full arena gear, I just give up and I just don't want to do it. So, great first step for that. I love the fact, get PvP talents away from PvE. There's no reason for them to be there. Don't even give people the option. Rework PvE talents so that there's more choice for raiders. Put all the PvP talents for PvPers. PvPers don't have to complain about PvE talents. Boom, there you go. Awesome. I love that concept, and I also love the concept of prestiging. I've said, too, for a while, that World of Warcraft needs more cosmetic rewards that don't actually affect game balance. They just affect how your player, how your character looks. Why is that important? Because how many times did people play Vanilla, or play Burning Crusade, or play Wrath of the Lich King, Cat of Mop, whatever it was, rolled through town, looked at a character, holy shit, that guy looks cool. I want to look like that guy. What do I have to do to look like that guy? And there would be a level of respect that goes out for, hey, wow, that guy's in full heroic mythic raiding gear. Wow, that guy is in full elite gladiator gear. That's an awesome player. I think it's only going to do good things for the game. This ties into artifact weapons too with the appearances, but for PvP especially, you're going to look at that guy and go, holy crap, he's like prestige rank 11. He must just know life this game. And yeah, he probably does know life this game. Does that mean that he's more powerful than you because you don't play for that amount of time? No, but he looks cooler than you because he invests that time, and it gives you that feeling of, you know what, I can't play that long, but maybe if I keep playing this game, I can one day get to that point of having that cosmetic reward because I want to look just like him. So, that's what I love. As far as characters go, I love seeing more lore for Jen Greymane and Sylvanas. I think that story was kind of ignored after Cataclysm, Worgen Starting Zone. I thought it was actually better than the Goblin Starting Zone. So very disappointed to see for 2 expansions it was ignored, but they're revisiting it now. I love the Xavius Emerald Dream story. We're kind of going back into lore. I'm trying to think of just something else to talk about. Demon Hunters, I guess. Let's talk about the Demon Hunter class. I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of the fact that Blizzard basically didn't stick by their unwritten rule that a class needs 3 specs. I love the fact that they say, you know what, Demon Hunters only need 2 specs. When they damage, they're melee. Like, well, how many different ways do you want to flavor melee? They just are melee. I love that. And then they just are tank. We don't need to have 2 specs of tank. We don't need to have 2 specs of damage. Keep it simple, stupid, and that works, and I like it. I like the fact that it's a hero class. It's going to be able to start at a high level. That's cool. And I love the fact that they seem to be a mobility-based class, which just to me screams fun gameplay. We'll have to wait to hear more about the class and see how that kind of is going to work. But I think that that's awesome. Otherwise, there's really not a lot of negatives to nitpick with what they've announced so far. The one big positive, and I'm going to say this because I was at BlizzCon 2013, and I got to hear all of these features and cool things announced for World of Draenor, and that hyped me all the way through to BlizzCon 2014. And when I came home from BlizzCon 2014, I was salivating to play World of Draenor. I had beta tested it a little bit, but I could not wait for the experience to go live. I was looking forward to just so much that was yet to come from the game. And I was also a person that had to go through the frustrations of seeing things they announced at BlizzCon get completely scrapped. And I think WoD has the biggest list of features that were scrapped from what they announced to what actually ended up in the game. So what I really like is the fact that Blizzard has come forward. They've announced this expansion. World of Warcraft Legion, it's going to be the biggest demonic invasion ever in the world. It's going to threaten the very existence of Azeroth, which is what we care about. This is the world that we've been playing in for 10 years, right? This is the world that we care about. And this is a new class. This is the new system. This is a new for artifact weapons and for PvP. You know, Illidan is here. They made a mention about Turalyon and Illyria, two very, very important lore characters that have been absent and missing. Bringing up Dalaran, bringing up all these cool things, and everyone's going, oh my god, this sounds so cool. I want to know everything right now. And Blizzard said, well, you know what? You're not going to get to know everything right now. We're going to let you discuss and make videos like I'm making right now, make posts on the forums, tweet out at us as the community. We're just going to take all your feedback, all your information, and when we're ready, we're going to give you more information. I think WoD, they released too much information that got consumed way too quickly in today's world of you know, social media, especially with how community managers talk to people on Twitter. They just released too much information. It was way too far forward, and then they realized they couldn't get all this stuff done and just said, you know what, we're scrapping it, and faced way too much backlash. Let the information come out slowly. Let the people hype themselves about this game, and then when everything is good and ready, and you say, you know what, this feature is solid, it's not going anywhere, let's release some details to the public so that we don't let them down. I'll just tell a short story before I wrap up this video here. A long time ago, when Bashiok was still a community manager, he was going back and forth arguing with people on Twitter, which I think is always a bad idea. If you're a community manager, like, don't delve yourself in little arguments with people on the internet. It doesn't matter. Like, the internet's such a big, broad place of keyboard warriors, and people are just saying things to troll you. So I don't know why he was so caught up in this, but he kept talking and talking about why they had to get rid of features, and basically going along the lines of like, well, you know, we didn't promise any of this stuff. We just said that we were going to do it, right? And I had made the suggestion on Twitter to Bashiok that, well, why don't you guys not announce anything at BlizzCon if you're not going to be 100% certain that it's going to wind up into the game? And his response to that was, well, if we did that, then we wouldn't have anything to announce at BlizzCon. We announce things that conceptually we're excited about, more or less, and then we get you guys excited for it, and then we try to do it. But if we can't do it, we have to scrap it. And I know that rubbed me the wrong way, because I, A, don't feel that that's true. That is him just trying to save face for the Warlords thing. And B, I mean, I don't think that's fair to your fan base to release information that it may or may not wind up in the game. Only announce what you know is going to be in the game for sure. Everything they announced at Gamescom and in their interviews afterwards, it's going to be in the game. Cut the information off if you guys aren't sure about what else is going on. So that's what I love. Communication from Blizzard is great, unless you're somebody that was super excited about that Q&A on Sunday, which wound up being not even close to the Q&A that we've been used to. But that's for a different video or a different conversation. I'm going to wrap this one up because we're hitting close to 15 minutes here. If you guys have stayed through the whole video, thank you for listening in. The next video is going to be about things I didn't like about Legion. It's going to be short because there isn't a lot of things I don't like about Legion. But that's the next video. Hope you guys subscribe. Hope you guys leave comments about your thoughts about Legion and what you like. Or if there's something you disagree with me, feel free to leave a comment or hit me up on Twitter. Links are in the description. Thanks, guys. I'll chat you soon.